In the previous video, we created a HTTP GET method, which is called get all products. Inside the method, we created list of products and returned the products along with the status code 200. If you specify OK method, the .NET will automatically consider this is 200 status code. We can run the application now, write out, execute. See here, 200. This 200 comes from OK method. What we are seeing the response body coming from the products. With the help of IActionResult, we can see the status code 200 along with the response body. In this video, we will create a post API that accepts product data from the request body and add it to the product list. First, let's quickly look at the product model. Where is the product model? Under the models folder, you can see product.cs. This is our current product model. The product is a model class which will be used for get and post API. Okay, great. Now let's go to controller. How to go to controller? Go to Solution Explorer, look for controllers folder and open the products controller. Now, what are we going to do? This is the product list, which we created the product list inside the get all products under HTTP method. Now we plan to reuse the products for our post API as well. For that, what are we planning? We move the product list as a class level variable. How to make it as a class level variable? I can show you now. First, what we do? First, cut it, which is using the shortcut key Control plus X. Cut the source code and we create a class level variable. How to create a class level variable? Using private, static, and use a list. We are going to call the product class. What is the model in this project? We have product. Product class is a model here. See, this is the auto suggestions. We can choose product. This is our model and create a object for the list product. See, this is the beautiful auto suggestions from the Visual Studio list product, right? This is called class level variable. What we cut here, I paste the same source code here, and I don't want this because we already define a class level variable. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to make a first product. I'm going to make a second product. I'm going to create a third product. What are we doing here? This is the class level variable and we create a list to store multiple products. This is first product, second product and third product. Similarly, you can have n number of products. All the products will store inside the product object. Object can have more than one item. When we have a class level variable, we can reuse the products for our get API and to the upcoming post API as well. Let's create a post API to add a new product. How to create a post API? This is a HTTP post attribute public IActionResult add product from body product. Product is a model class and object. Object is a product. Object can be any name. We are going to add the product object in the product list. This is a product list. What we just now created here, product list. So products, we are going to add the product inside the list and return the updated product list. Nice. Don't worry at all. I will explain step by step what is happening behind. What is the use of HTTP post and what is product and object. I will explain everything step by step. Now let's test the post API using the Swagger. I click on the IAS Express or alternatively you can press the shortcut key F5. Wow, great. You can see we have a new endpoint. This, as I told in the previous video, we can call it as a endpoint. This is the endpoint. This is get endpoint. This is another get endpoint. This is the post endpoint. Great. So we created a post endpoint. And you may have a question, what is products? How come it automatically created? You will have a question. I will explain this. How come this API and products automatically appear, and how come this post appears? Using the HTTP post attribute, we can see post. Using the HTTP get attribute, we can see get. You can see one more endpoint also declare as get method. That's why we can see get. You got it? What is the purpose of post attribute? If you declare HTTP post, then this method automatically consider as a post method. ASP.NET can understand this is the post method. Similarly, here we already declare HTTP get attribute. Then the ASP.NET automatically can understand this is the get method. Similarly, we also declare HTTP get attribute. Then ASP.NET will understand this is a get method. I hope you got it. How you can see get and post. Nice. Now we will come back to another section. How you can see the API. Switch back to our coding. You can see in the route we already defined this is the prefix API. It's not mandatory we put API. In your real project, you can put some meaningful name, but for our demo, we put API. That is why we can see the prefix in the endpoint. Always we can see API. Nice, you got it right. Next, you may have a next question. How come these products appear? I didn't specify anywhere else. How come automatically these products appear? You can see here in the route we define API slash controller. This is called placeholder. A placeholder gets replaced by controller class name without the controller name. Simply we can say that this controller placeholder help us automatically generate a consistent URL. It automatically use our class name, which is a class name products controller, and removes the word of controller at the end. So finally, what will happen? The URL will be API slash products. For example, if you have shop, instead of products, you have shop. Then the URL will be shop. I will run the application again. See here, all the endpoint change from products to shop. You got it? So this magic happened from this placeholder. Okay, great. I will switch back to product. Okay. I hope you got it. This is the very good feature in ASP.NET Core. Okay, great. Now we are going to send a product data as JSON. Nice. Great. We are going to run the application again. Either you can press F5 shortcut key or you press the start button. I expand the API slash products, press try it out. I'm going to add a new product. So I'm going to enter some ID, which is 5, and string. This is a string value, iPhone, type 20,000, iPhone spec. Great. I press execute. You can see here, this is our existing data from 1 to 3. We have existing data. Additionally, we added the product. This is our new data, which we added through the post method. And you can also confirm from the get method. Now we are going to run the get method. From the get method, you can confirm that our new data can be appear in the get method as well. Press execute. You can see our new data, what we added through the post method. Got it? So post method is used to add a new product. Get method is used to retrieve the product. Great. Now you may have a plenty of questions. How it works in the code logic? I can't understand. We can see some new data. Yeah, it is working fine. And we can also see some additional existing data. Actually, I'm getting confused. I don't know how the coding logic works. As a beginner, definitely you will have such kind of questions. Now I'm going to show you step-by-step explanation using the debugging. How to debug it? You can see my cursor, it's 51. Just I'm going to just a click, single click. The red icon immediately appear. If you see a red icon, then you are going to debug the application from this line onwards. Now, what I'm going to do, I am going to Swagger. We are going to add a new data because we just now added ID 5. I'm going to give you a new ID and provide a input on right. Okay, okay. The data is ready. I'm going to press execute button. The cursor is waiting for you now. You can understand how the code logic works now. See here, we are sending as a JSON request, but this API automatically converts the JSON request into a object. Look at here, description. You can see this is our product model class. Which model class? We have defined the product model class. So you always need to ensure that the ID, name, price, description, whatever you define should be same in the JSON request as well. Suppose if you provide some other name, then the data will not be mapped correctly. Okay, great. We will come back. So we can see our data here. Description on right spec, ID 6 on right, 10,000. Next, you can mouse over to the product again. This data going to add in the existing list. What we have in the list? We have 4 count. Expand this. Description 1. This is the first product. We have second product. We have third product. And we have fourth product. Just now we added through the post method. Great. Now we are going to add a fifth product in the existing product list. I press F11 or F10. Okay. Now you can mouse over to the products again. You can mouse over to last one. See, our new product also added into the product list. And what is the purpose of this return? We are returning the updated product list to the Swagger with the help of return keyword. Next, we are sending as a OK method indicating the code which is 200 status code. With the help of IActionResult, we are sending a combination of status code and updated products to the Swagger. I press continue. See here, I can see the updated response body. See, my new products already added, and this is a existing product list. So I can see the updated response body along with the status code. This is the wonderful feature in ASP.NET Core. You may have a question, what is IActionResult? IActionResult is an interface in ASP.NET Core. It represents the result of API action method. For example, we are returning OK method. This is returning HTTP status 200 and we are sending the updated product list, which is the response body. Similarly, we can also return some other parameters. For example, return bad request. This will return 400 bad request. This is the 400 bad request. Similarly, you can return not found. This is the 404 not found. Don't worry about it. We can explain about this in the upcoming videos. But I'm giving a overall picture. Comment it. Now I'm going to run the application. I press hot reload. See, I'm going to try it out. I press execute. I press F10. Here, I'm returning not found, which means 404 error. I press continue. we are receiving a error response code is 404 along with the response body. Some error message is there in the response body, which is well organized, including the trace ID. You can see including the trace ID, status 404, title not found, and type. We can see the type along with the code, and also detail error response code is 400. This all has been well structured because of the IActionResult. That's why IActionResult is commonly used in web API controllers. Awesome. Today we extended our product API by adding a post endpoint. We accepted data from the request body we added to the product list. In the next video, we will add validation and proper HTTP status codes. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Muthu DevHub. Cheers. Thank you.